Hey, my name is Claire Tsuruga. I'm a paper cut artist, illustrator, and crafter. Today, I want to show you how to make this super cute paper cut cat ghost. And I'm going to show you how to design and draw it in Procreate. Then we're going to transport it into Cricut machine and we're going to glue it together. Let's do it. Now we have Procreate open. We're going to start with doing a sketch of what we want to do. So let's start with making the shape for the cat. So it's gonna be just a blob, so like a circle shape with ears popping out on each side of the head, shape little cone out, and then he's gonna also have the tail coming out of the ghost shape sheets. We don't need to do the body because we're not gonna see it. Yeah, but like that. Let's change color to do the sheet. Okay, so it's gonna be going over here. So we follow the shape of the head and then we create that draping around. Drapes. It's gonna be like this. I'm gonna want to create openings for the ears, and then we'll need to make some holes for the eyes of the cat, and I want to make a shadow under to show that it's floating around and still have some dimension to it. Okay, once we have our shape, let's create the proper layer. So I'm adding a layer and I'm gonna start with the cat. Let's change color. I'm gonna be using a calligraphy monoline, and I like the calligraphy one because they usually have stabilization, so it's not as shaky, but I want to add a little bit more stabilization. So I'm just duplicating the monoline and click on it, stabilization, and amount a little bit more. Yep, perfect. Okay, so let's start. We are on another layer, and I want to stabilize more. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Oops. So you trace over, making sure you're overlapping. So we're gonna then fill it. There we go. Here, on that, smooth it out. Looks good. Okay, so we have our cat shape. Now, let's make another layer for the drape. Shit. You can change the opacity of the cat so we can see through. Get back to the other layer, and we're gonna go over on the top. Oops. Okay. I trace over here, making sure there's space. It goes over the head, has a little bit of a space in between, and then I'm gonna fill it. Fill this part. So I'm pretty happy with it. We can also change the opacity of the ghost, so we can now use the eraser, and we are going to do the holes for the eyes. One and two. And now for the ear. I'm gonna take out the sketch so I can see properly. And I wanna go over here. I'm gonna make the drape a little bit thicker here, so it's not going to be any problem with the cutting part. Just make it a tiny bit thicker. Okay, I think that should fit properly. So we have our shape for the cat, the ghost. So let's make a shape under to do the shade, the shadow. So here I'm gonna make it the blobby, about the same size, and then I'm gonna add a little little holes, just because I want to add a little bit more details. I'm gonna change to a script to make it up bigger. Okay, so we have all our shapes. I'm gonna put it in the bottom. Change all the opacity back to 100. And I'm gonna export it as PNG. So I'm making sure all the shapes are separated. Here. And now I'm gonna just turn off the background color so it's transparent, and export, share, PNG. I'm gonna save it to files. I'm gonna go onto my iPad and do cat ghost. So now I have the Cricut Space open. I'm gonna upload the file. Recent cat ghost, open. I'm gonna do simple. And because it's PNG, it automatically takes it away. So perfect, apply. We're gonna make it as a cat. There we go. I think I see I forgot to erase a little piece here. It's an easy way to do it. You just check the contour and you can find, here we go, there's two pieces. You click on it and they just disappear. Here, it's not here anymore. Now we want to resize the project, and for that I'm just going to use a square and I'm going to size it to the background size I want. It's going to be a 7 by 5, but you can make it the size you want. I'm gonna make it purple to visualize, and I'm gonna send it to the back. Now I can resize properly. I want it to be in the center, right here. And then the ear is gonna pop out, so maybe I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller right here. Sounds good. Great. I can hide this one, and if we want to separate them, what we can do is duplicate it 3 times because there's 3 pieces. And each piece, I'm going to use a contour tool, and this one is going to be the ghost sheet. This one will be the cat. So I'm going to select all the pieces I do not need. Okay, and this one will be the shade. Here. No, wrong. I forgot this one. I forgot one here. Oh, this one. Here we go. So now they're all separated. There we go. You can change the color if you want, if you're gonna be using different matte. I'm just gonna keep it that way, and I'm gonna cut the pieces. I'm gonna spread them on the mat in different corners, and then I'll just do the appropriate color with it. So I placed on each corner a different color. The white's gonna be the ghost, the black the cat, and then the purple the shadow. Great, now we have all our shape cut, and we're gonna start assembling. So I'm gonna place the ears in there, and I went too thin on a design of it, so it did rip here, but it's gonna be okay. It still works. Just want to be, oh, it's the wrong way. Careful. To make the design a little bit better. If you have the same problem, just make sure you have a seeker. You can reglue it here, it's not gonna be a problem. We have the cat. Now let's put a little bit of scotch here. Right there. Looks good. Just want to make sure that there is not too much purple on there. That's perfect. And then you can add a little glue right on the side to just glue that part that got a little broken. Here we go, all fixed up. Great, now we are gonna add details. So just gonna go with the Posca to make a little yellow eyeballs, to make it a little spooky. You can make it big eyes, small eyes, cute eyes. It's up to you. Then I have this silver Prismacolor. I'm gonna add the details of the hair of the cat, and that's for the ear. And I'm gonna add some little hair on the tail, just to puff. Here we go. Now I'm gonna use a gray from Prismacolor and just do the draping. I think adding some details. Just a little bit. You can add some shading if you want. You can use marker. And I think for the cat we're good. And now the shadow's gonna go under here. I might reverse it because I like the texture of that paper. So I might wanna play with that. I'm gonna be using, you can glue it directly, or you can create a bigger space by adding more cardboard behind. But what I'm gonna be using is those thick little double-sided tapes. I'm just turning my cat ghost, and oops. Just gonna add 1, 2, 3. There we go. Oops. Now I'm gonna place it in the middle. There we go. And then here I'll be just placing this one under. Here you have it. I hope you find this video helpful and fun to make along. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please consider sharing it on social media. Sharing is caring and it helps me reach even more people. If you decide to share, don't forget to tag me or mention me at Second Seagull so I can personally thank you for your support. I also have the PNG file I used in today's tutorial. You can download it from the link in the video description below. And finally, if you want to stay updated with more tutorials, please hit that subscribe button and sign up to my email list so you don't miss what's coming next. Thank you so much for joining me today. Your support means the world to me and I can't wait to see you in the next video. À bientôt!